Hello everybody, this is Havoc and welcome back to Victoria 3 onto the channel. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Today, we're going to see what we can't do with the Khalsa Raj. So with the Pit of Empire, obviously brings a lot of flavor events to the British East India Company and the India subcontinent. However, there is some fun stuff we could potentially do with a Khalsa Raj. So if you want to support the channel and this video today, you can do so by giving it a like, subbing to the channel, leaving your comments in the comments section down below, and let's get right into it. So the Khalsa Raj has a unique event called the Sikh Sovereignty. Essentially, we're trying to become our own sovereign Sikh state, but there's a lot of opposition in the way, without a doubt. So we have this thing, progress bar, that technically ticks up every 3. We'll see if we can't possibly push that up to make it go a little bit higher, but the kicker is that, one, if intrigue goes up to 60, then we lose. But also, so with the Sikh Sovereignty, it's a really interesting thing because we have this progress bar that needs to go up to 300, which means we need a 100 months of solid sovereignty, and the only way the progress bar goes up is if our legitimacy is above 50. Now, there's a couple of kickers here. One, if intrigue goes all the way up to 60, our leader gets assassinated and our progress bar restarts. So, yeah. So basically what we need to do is we need to not be a subject. The legitimacy is greater than or equal to 75 to complete. So we need that progress bar filled up. Legitimacy at 75, and progress has obviously reached 100%. And we'll get Legacy of the Lion. If 5 Maharajas have died, then we lose. Or if we become subject of another nation. So this is really interesting because typically the Khalsa Raj is just kind of a little bit of a gobble snack for the British East India Company. A lot of players I've seen will just immediately conquer this region as part of the expansion from the main quest lines. So we may come up against them unless we can get friendly with the overlord over here, which is basically what we're going to start doing. We're going to immediately start improving relations. Takes a big chunk of my influence, but we'll be okay. Now, the other kicker is that we're already just like in the hole. We don't have a lot of gold reserves. Those will get gobbled up like instantly. But we'll see what we can't do. In terms of our active research, what we need to work on, I guess we should take a look at everything else first. For instance, we do have our society levels. We do have 10% of our population in violent hostility, which means there's a lot of radicalism among them. There's quite the little political strength. They can't hardly move at all, but they are incredibly cheap. So for instance, we have a lot of peasants and they are struggling with a lot of stuff right now, but we could very easily utilize them into our farms, and it'd be pretty daggum cheap to do. So we could definitely make a lot of money off some farmland, things of that nature. Now, we do have a lot of Punjabi. This is our primary religion, or culture rather, and we are under national supremacy. And I don't really see a reason to go into any of these at the moment. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. We will see. It looks like these are a lot of Sunnis is the kicker. So it looks like the Sunni religion is being suppressed. Speaking of that, our religion here is Sikh, and you'll see it is quite not the primary religion pretty much anywhere, with other people Hindu and the Sikh as the state religion. So that's cool. Most of our people are in the lower strata. That's pretty typically common. So what we might need to do, one of the things I like working on, especially with small economies, is getting things like stock exchange might be good. But I'm thinking more like currency standards to see if we can't get it into, per capita, simply because that would allow us to get per capita in the bigger, a little bit smaller land tax, but a lot more income tax, which would be nice to see. We would have a decent amount of support, quite a bit of opposition, but that's also okay as well. In terms of our other laws, we could eventually get into interventionism or laissez-faire. Laissez-faire wouldn't be that bad simply because we wouldn't have the loan interest issues. Admittedly, agrarianism, I think, is one of the best ones, simply because we do have some efficiency and some nationalization investment return, because this disables nationalization. So I don't know that we really want laissez-faire right now. And plus, if the private sector does anything it takes over. And I don't really like that. Interventionism probably wouldn't be that bad, but it's just right here. Traditionalism is just terrible. Like, it's just an absolutely awful thing. So let's go ahead. We'd probably get a lot of opposition here, but I still think the trade unions and the industrialists, I think we'd get a lot of positive energy there. All right, and then so coming over to here, let's go ahead and go with our currency standards to see if we couldn't eventually get to that. Central Archives is way too far away, and in fact, we don't even have basic things like academia or mass communications. So even like urban planning, let's actually probably go to urban planning first. Then currency standards, it's going to take forever to get intensive agriculture. Atmospheric engine may even be better than that. Thrown and tossed around. Let's go with atmospheric engine, urban planning, and then currency standards. And we'll see where we're at that point. Now we do need to balance our budget, or at least make it a little more viable than it currently is. Let's go ahead and tax services. I think that's going to be necessary. And then, we may need to go ahead and go straight into high taxes, but that does reduce our legitimacy immediately. We're going to remove our government wages just a little bit. And then we have to figure out what we're doing. We don't even have the ability to get iron framing because we don't have urban planning. So what we're going to do, let's go to our budget. It looks like Punjab is going to be our best bet. Now we are at our infrastructure limit there, which is unfortunate. But again, most of our stuff is in this region. So we'll definitely want to push that a little bit. That's going to be solved by a simple decree, because I can guarantee you we're nowhere near railroad tech. Now we do have a massive starving population. So what we're going to do, I'm only going to build 2 more construction sectors. We'll build 3. And then what we're going to have to do is, well, are we close? We're not close. We're close enough to get the Qing market to be able to import some wheat, which I think would be really, really convenient. We can already get a lot of stuff from there. So that's a really good positive. The Brits, so we may start financing ourselves and aligning ourselves between the divide of the Great Qing and our friends over here, the Brits. So we are going to see, it's going to be a really, really interesting time, actually, because I don't really know how this is all going to go down. We're going to see what our construction sectors do first, and then we'll move right along. Now, the one thing we could do as well, I wouldn't even boost agricultural industry just because that doesn't do anything. What we could do is we could promote social mobility just across the board, just to make people a little bit happier and try and make things work. All right, in a great feat of diplomatic and political performance, the Maharajas invited the country's elite and foreign representatives to a lavish wedding for the prince. We could welcome the foreign delegates in. Gives us a positive diplomatic catalyst with the Khalsa Raj, and then our relations improves by 5. That's of course what we're going to do. One of the things I did forget to mention is we do have a rather large army, and I could purge that. So we're going to purge that just a little bit because, one, most of them are irregulars. Oh, I already went too much there. But 2, we are one of the largest in the area, without a doubt. Like, Kabul can't do anything. Sindh can't do anything. The only people that could would be the British East India Empire. Or company, rather, not empire. And then, the thing is, I kind of really want Kabul. If we were to get the Pashtunistan, we'd have quite a few wheat farms, some good opium. Even if it isn't owned by me, I still think that'd be really nice. These people are struggling. Yeah, I think we could go after Kabul. And then we're going to conquer the next state. I think we want Kabulistan. Oh, that's a lot of infamy. I don't want any of the other ones. I don't at all. We are going to make it a tributary. That is going to increase our stuff by quite a bit. We're going to add that to the primary. I shouldn't have added it to the primary because I really, really wanted Kabul war reparations. That's okay, though, because they'll technically add it to us anyways. We'll all be good in the neighborhood. We do have a couple of boyos, General Alexander Gardner and General Sam Singh Arawala. That is a name and a half. Both one of these guys is the Khalsa, which is our military group, and then the Zamindars. This is someone from the same faction over there in India. And we're just going to have both you boyos. Just go right there for me, please. It's not worth it. You don't need to fight. It's not going to be worth it. Okay. Prominent members of the petite bourgeoisie. Supporters of interventionism have been exposed in a corruption scandal. Of course they have. Of course they have. Bureaucracy issues. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. Oh, well, okay. Whilst our generals attended the royal wedding, forces from Kabul had made an attempt to seize territory in Sikh Pashtunistan. Yeah, encourage more soldiers to join. Yep, that's fine. Yep, that's all right. We're already working on it. Preemptive strike, we'll call it. Pretty darn easy. And then we have to pretty much chill for a good long while, because that 33 infamy is pretty heckin' bad. We'll be okay, though. It doesn't look like England approved of that, unless that's just a general reaction where they don't like me quite as much. I think we're working on it. I think we'll be okay. Well, we just passed, what was it? I literally just saw it. Land-based taxation. No, interventionism, that's right. And now the Sikh British Association has offered us an opportunity to sign a trade agreement. The lobbies offered the use of their connections. Yeah, let's see if we can't do that. Oh, snap. They actually will do it. Okay, very cool. That should hopefully help us quite a bit. Oh, dadgummit. The Maharaja has passed away suddenly in his sleep. Nation mourns the loss. The lion is dead. Punjab will be ours. But many noted the Emir did not partake. The lion of Punjab has left behind strong cubs. But will they hold against the company? One of his wives heard him ponder, or will we soon have the British knocking at our doorstep? So unfortunately, Karak, well, not unfortunately, Karak is our new boyo. He is rather young, if I... Oh, nope, 59. So we're probably not going to last much longer here at all. He is well-liked. He is a jingoist, which means we could pass some good laws there. Interest group, of course, is the Khalsa, which is who we want in government without a doubt. And then we're going to push this and get our Zamindars back into power, which gives us our supremacy in that area. If I did a local police force, that might, unfortunately, I want dedicated police force. We don't want locals. Let's see if we can't find a... I couldn't bolster any of those anyways. I do need to work on this. So we need to remove some of our decrees, for one, because the negative balance is going to increase radicals anyways. We're already not doing super great in that area. Let's go ahead and reduce national values, social mobility over there. I think I need 200 to push. Sikh supremacy, unfortunately, doesn't do anything in the line here. What we need is someone who has dedicated police force as one of their things that they would really like us to have. Unfortunately, we don't even have someone in here that would want to have that. We don't have any of our interest groups that'll do it. These people want a professional army, which is close, but we don't want necessarily that. All right, well, it doesn't look like anyone can work on that anyway, so we're going to keep things at land-based taxation. We may be able to get someone per capita, but it's not going to happen at the moment. We could try and enact homesteading. Homesteading would be good. Tenant farmers would remove all of the power away, or homesteading would remove all of the landowners' political strength while giving minimum owner agricultural buildings and strength to farmers. Let's see if we can't get it past. The odds of that happening are actually pretty remote to none. And then we're in a pickle. We do have 10,500 in unrealized tax gain. But it's our, like, the thing is, even our interest, if it was gone, we would still be just absolutely wrecked. So I don't really know how to balance this like we need to. We're just a very, very small economy. Very, just wee little lads. 100%. Okay, so we could get some relative free investment here. I have the opportunity to create investment rights and even host the power block. Now, the thing with the power block, I don't know what the real benefit would be. We already get access to their market, so that's not a big issue at all. I just don't know. Let's see, that's vassalization. That's colonial offices. Did we get all these principles too? Do we get access to it? Right now, the cohesion is great. We get authority per subject, income transfer, institution size change. So that might be actually a pretty good one if we wanted to do that. But for now, we are going to go ahead and grant investment rights. That is going to give us a little bit of leverage there. Now, admittedly, it gives them a lot more leverage than it does give to us, but maybe we'll see some good investments there that'll help. Now, unfortunately, we do just have constant suppressions and things that we're dealing with that aren't helping our cause in any way, shape, or form, especially from our legitimacy and our reckless ruler issue. That's causing a lot of big issues, and we are constantly being reassigned. I wish we would stop doing this, because we need that to go through in order to kind of stimmy that, so that way at least, oh my word, it's such a hard thing. Spread thin. Limited resources of the Khalsa Raj have made the group's leadership question its membership in the Sikh British Association and the anti-Kabuli. There's no reason to be in the anti-Kabuli. There we go. I want you in the British Sikh, because that would really, really help us. And our second Maharaji has died. Now, admittedly, he was old. We knew it was going to happen. Unfortunately, it doesn't do anything to help us. We get reset again. Colonialization has been unlocked, though. That's great. That's something we'll never, ever use. Now, fortunately for us, this boyo is rather young. He is the Khalsa. He is a royalist, which means he does support the monarchy. Punjabi, of course. Why wouldn't it be? He is pious, which should help us with the political strength of the clergyman, and he just has expensive taste, which means he has some good popularity. Overall, that should mean a rather good progression here. -1 due to legitimacy. Hopefully, that goes all the way down, and then this can keep all the way up. The kicker is that we are going to go into default before the end of this episode 100%. We're going to have to see how that all happens and how it all goes down as well. Sweet. We're unlocking so much tech that we can't really utilize. It's fantastic. I absolutely love it. All right, I'm unsure, but I'm pretty sure India's in a state of civil war. Yes, they are indeed. They're against Hindustan there, the British East India Trading Company up north. Sweet. Well, this may be a good opportunity that we can take advantage of. If these guys split up, then we can definitely work on it. Now, one of the things I thought about doing is trying to expand and make Sindh. Do we not have an interest? We have to have an interest in Bombay. Well, dag flipping garnet. Yeah, they already don't like me. I'm trying to think of ways that I can expand. These people just don't have a GDP worth anything, and neither do these guys. The only people that would make sense would be Sindh, but we'd have to declare an interest there. Let's go and declare an interest in Bombay. Maybe that's what we need. Take them over and see what we can't do. And it looks like our subject, Kabul, is going after Kandahar. I wouldn't mind that. They actually have a pretty decent GDP, which means that if he wins, then Kabul's GDP increases, which means by default, his payments to me, or their payments to me, also go up, which is great. Yeah, I'm okay with that. The thing is, we are going to have to probably declare bankruptcy here in just a minute. That's not fun, but, well, we'll be okay. Oh, looks like the British Empire was able to reconsolidate. Unfortunately. That's all right. Yeah, Kabul's going to definitely expand. I don't think they'll be able to ever overwhelm me. We do have a GDP twice of theirs. We'll be in default any second now. We'll see what happens when that goes down. Sweet. Kabul's now got, a fourth of the GDP as I do. There we go. We are now officially in default. We are going to declare bankruptcy. That is going to put us into the positive, where we can start building some decent wealth and hopefully work on that now. The kicker is we become an unrecognized regional power. Yeah, we lost big time. That really sucks. And declaring bankruptcy, of course, doesn't do anything positive for us. So, we'll be okay though. I think we really will. We just need to work on consolidating, being a little bit more. Yeah, we may have to remove the promotion of a bunch of stuff here to get us into the positive. And then, yeah, like I said, we've just got to work on some buildings to make use of all of the issues we need in order to bring our standard of living up. All right, we now have urban planning, which gives us a lot of weekly progress, land trade capacity, a lot of infrastructure, and then max infrastructure. And that brought us up quite a bit, actually. That's going to be great. Unfortunately, we do have a lot of stuff going on. After a chance meeting in a cafe, Karam Singh Bangi is recommended to Habib Verma that he be granted permanent residency. That actually wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. He wants elected bureaucrats in a presidential republic. And it gives political strength to our military, which is what we want. Publicized accounts of discrimination against Sikh people in Persia have led the Zamindars to begin lobbying for a hostile stance against Persia. Well, that's not going to happen because Persia definitely has, I would say, honestly, a bigger army overall. We probably couldn't do anything against them. Not that I don't know that I would. Their GDP isn't even, I mean, it's just, you know, it's 75% of ours. And they're struggling. Like, why would I bring on more people who probably hate me to do that? That's fine. I mean, we already have just crap tons of people who hate us anyways. So, what's the worst that could happen? All right, so we need to work on getting this up, which means we need our military to be a little bit better than it is right now. But I also think we need to try and push into other regions. There's just so little that I can do with the current state of everything. I don't want hereditary. We can't get elected officials. We could pull into cultural exclusion or even racial segregation. I think racial segregation even has a better attempt at being all right. We'll try and rock some racial segregation so that way we at least don't have a lot of violence still going on. Because we still have a large population who are in the violent hostility. And that is causing a lot of advancement issues without a doubt. Ooh, what's going on here? Oh, okay. We have another, oh wow, no, this is straight up. It's fallen apart. It has split up officially. Oh, this is gonna get interesting. Mainly because, for instance, right here, Pahari Punjab, the first state that I clicked on, has a state religion as Sikh. They have a pretty daggone good GDP, so I imagine they would actually really enjoy having us as their overlords. They actually have a lot of development in here. They're starving. They don't have a lot of infrastructure in there. They have the Indus Valley trait. They're struggling, but their struggle is still better than ours. Oh my word. I think we have to see what goes down here first before we're able to do anything. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I think the war has to still go down, and then I can't immediately conquer them. This is interesting though. I'm not going to get involved, but we're definitely going to see what happens. We've had legislative failures left, right, front, and center. It's a little frustrating because we're kind of locked, but man, we're going to watch this unfold for a little bit. And now Kabul. Oh, now there's a diplomatic play against us. Who in the heck are you even? I don't care about the market. Harati. Okay, what do you want? You want to conquer northern Baluchistan. I don't even know where that is. Oh, that's this right here? Yeah, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen at all. So you are going up against me. But also, it looks like Kabul wants to take southern Turkestan. Oh, they're wanting to go into Kunduz. And Persia has sided with them. So we are going to go... I want Persian War reparations. We'll see what happens there. Sweet. Okay, cool. Well, let's go ahead and get everyone mobilized. This may kill us again, but, you know, it is what it is. At this point, I don't see a way that we can really be super duper awesome anyways. So we'll be okay. We'll be okay. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. We are going to push all of our main troops, I think, into here. And then push our secondary troops over into this line and hope that we succeed. And yeah, we may be SOL. War with Kunduz has broken out. Hopefully that's a quick and swift war. Herat back down. Very nice. Okay, that's perfect. That works great for us. I'm going to go ahead and push these guys over into the other front to get Kunduz captured rather quickly, although it looks like they're doing a fantastic job. Persia's declared us a rival. Okay, we'll see what we can't do. And then I think we are going to go ahead and host our power blocks in this embassy over here. We're just going to see what that happens. See if it's a good positive event for us. It may not be. It may be one of the most terrible things we could ever do with our lives. But we'll see what we can't do. And we are officially pushing into Persia. So it looks like Persia's kind of a weakling in this area. And it does look like these guys are just completely pushed out. Very, very nice. That probably helps us quite a bit. Unfortunately, we see here that we're just not gaining any progress over there. I don't know what to do. I'm not gonna lie. This isn't something that I just really know in terms of the game and how to push it. Legitimacy is above 50 to progress. What is it at now? It's at 48. So if we were to go here, we would progress by default. Cool. Okay, that's actually what we needed to do the whole time. I just kind of missed the tooltip there to be not very smart. Peace deal proposed? Absolutely not. We are going to take you down. That is what we are going to do. That is our goal. This is how we win. And this is how we eventually get a nice little claim on Persia eventually. Very nice. Whew. That's going to help a lot. Diplomatic pacts. War reparations are going to do great things for us. And then sweet. We're actually in the positive. Kabul has actually increased drastically, which is a little bit of a concern. Simply because they're going to want to start pushing for independence. And I'm going to have to smack them down. Actually, we're to the point now, though, where we could just get them right back on to... right back on track to just get smacked down. Yeah, I don't think they couldn't take us on. Now, they do have a GDP of half of ours now. Ours has kind of struggled and wavered where there hasn't quite so much. But I think they'll be great candidates to take down and absolutely destroy. Sweet, currency standards have been unlocked. We could go down into banking, which would only take a little bit longer to do. That gives us good minting and other operations. This allows for a dedicated police force. This is what we want for sure. And then if we go down into here, atmospheric engine is great. We probably need to work on intensive agriculture to make that work for us. Army reserves aren't necessarily something. We don't need anything in there at the moment. Eventually we will, 100%, but not right now. Now, that being said, we do have a law that's being passed, but I do wonder if we can't enact per capita. We can. Well, maybe we can. We'll have to see once this other law gets passed. Racial segregation's looking good, though. And you know what? I do think I would like access to the sea. Sind now has, this whole thing has been a big giant mess, but it's actually been great. Hindustan has a ton of vassals, as we see over there. But you know what? Sind is actually pretty nice. If we were to just take Sind as a treaty port, it would actually cause us to have a slightly reduced diplomatic incident. I don't know that anyone would come down and support them. I'm hoping not. And I'm hoping that by showing an immediate force that no one would join either. Come on. Just cave. Just cave, please. I don't think anyone's going to join them. We could sway a country, but we're not going to. I don't think anyone's going to join, which is great. That is fantastic. Quickly on our way. Unfortunately, we don't have a high high legitimacy. The Zamanders are absolutely just ticked off as all get out, which really sucks. But let's see, legitimacy. Let's take a look real quick. How well the composition of the interest groups in the government flies with the country's laws. Lower legitimacy, yeah. So, okay, cool, to arms. We now have racial segregation as well. There we go. This should be a really quick. Oh no. Reliable sources informed about an internal plot to end the life of Maharaja Nau Nabal Singh. If we don't act in time, stability of the nation will not be guaranteed. Prevent plot assassination. Find out who the plotters are. Increase your police institution level. Pass the outlawed dissent, dedicated plotters, and research identification documents to raise your chances of stalling. Oh no. We need to get into our... Okay, we got law enforcement, so that's great. What else did we need? We need stuff that I know for sure we don't have. Identification documents or mass surveillance. I actually think we can do mass surveillance. Okay, we can't do identification documents. And I want to say mass surveillance is also not something that can be done. Okay, that's fine. That really sucks, actually, if I'm being completely honest. We're getting close. Of course, we're so flapping close. And we won't be able to potentially do it, but that's fine. We are going to try and pass per capita taxation. And then we will hopefully be able to push for dedicated police force as well. Sure, Kunwar, leader of the Grunthis, has come to us with an alarming warning. He's accusing the petite bourgeoisie. That actually makes a lot of sense. The petite bourgeoisie, actually, they're actually pretty happy. It would be the Zamanders that I wouldn't be surprised about. Would never go try against an equal, gentleman, and true lady, but these are not noble people. They feast upon words of envy. I don't know that I want to push them down. If I want to push anyone down, it's going to be the Granthis, because they just don't have anything. Now, if we were to align a little more here, that would be great. Oh, we did do the failed petition, didn't we? Oh, shoot, that's right. I totally forgot about that. That's okay, though. We'll make it through. Oh, no, Persia joined. Really, Persia? I can't add any more war goals. Oh, no, that's against something different. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, you go get beat by the Ottoman Empire. Alright, so we now have a treaty port, which is nice. I don't know what I can do with it exactly, but we'll definitely, that at least gets us something, and at least gets Sind to realize we can push just a little bit. And while I'm here, are we still in a cooldown treaty? We probably are. Because I do want to start taking them. 1851, so 3 years. That's totally fine. We'll be good there, no worries. Looks like we are slowly working on our iron mines, and also a tooling workshop would be great on top of it. Just trying to figure out ways to reduce the cost of everything to where we don't have issues there. All right, what we have to do, I think we need to go into banking so that way we can reduce our interest rate. And this is actually passing into consideration, which should be pretty quick. And then Great Britain wants an alliance. Okay. Well, we just kind of solidified our power in the state. Now, of course, they're probably wanting to do it to take advantage of us. But, you know, I'm not really in a position to say no, if you know what I mean. And so at least we have a treaty port that maybe I can work with to gain access to other areas. Like declaring an interest elsewhere, things of that nature. What do we have over here? They're going after Hindustan. We could actually probably go after Hindustan. I'm now at a point where I'm getting a little warmongery. And we'll see if it happens. Kabul is going after who this time? Kandahar? I think actually Kabul straight up wants independence. Like they do. They want it terribly. But I'm wondering if I don't support, I mean, never mind. We'll be fine. They'll be fine. This is a great chance to reduce the impact of the Zamandars because they're coming in and saying, hey, it's the Granthus. Oh no, we're really in a crappy spot. Oh no. Please no, we're so far down the line. Death and taxes. No. Karam Singh has suddenly died while drafting legislation. I don't think this isn't him. Okay. Oh, I got scared there for a second. I'm gonna let Kabul kind of get their butts kicked. And now it looks like not only is Russia experiencing some massive wildfires throughout, but they've also started damaging stuff with us. Okay, I see how it is. That's fine. Yeah, okay. We're going to also start doing the construction sectors with ironworks to hopefully speed that stuff along. And now we have a political law, the Anti-British Society. Okay, people aren't liking that we've been siding so much with what the Brits are doing, which I understand. That makes a lot of sense. But we're going to continue doing it anyways. And is Kabul getting their butts kicked? It looks like Kabul is getting their butts kicked. Well, you know, maybe you should have been nicer to me. As your overlord, you should have just been nicer. We'll see if that continues. Be an interesting development, without a doubt. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to prevent this from happening. There we go. No, Nihal Sinj has been assassinated by an individual associated with the Zamandars. There we go. All right. How is Sure? Who are you? 42. We're not going to be able to do anything there. He's going to die very quickly. He is going to die very, very quickly. And then it looks like the Zamandars, they did have their crappiness just extend everywhere. Very nice. We now have we've conquered a little bit of Sind. We've gone over here and conquered that part. We will eventually get this here. No worries there. We passed our dedicated police force. Our legitimacy still really, really sucks. We could try getting a homestead again. I think per capita would actually try and have a better chance of working. Oh, but my word, we definitely need to keep rocking and rolling in the future. But lots of stuff has gone on. Hindustan is still rocking it strong. Persia is actually a subject of the Ottoman Empire. And it looks like Buryatia has officially taken over and split Russia in half. Actually split it into several large parts. So that's very, very interesting. But what we're going to have to do is see if we can't continue this in the next episode. Unfortunately, I am out of time to try and enact this to make it happen. We are making progress, but we still need to get to our legitimacy to 75. So we're still a long ways away. Unfortunately, we are a third or 3/5 of the way through our potential failure. So we're gonna have to see what happens. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed the quick little video. There's a lot of empty space here, so probably be shorter overall by the time I get done editing. But I hope you appreciated it. Maybe you've struggled just as much as I have. Maybe you haven't at all. If you haven't, please let me know what you've done in the comment section below, because that would be awesome. Anyways, we'll continue this in the next episode, probably the last one, just because of what's been going down. This is Havoc. Thank you so much. If you want to support the channel, if you can give the video a like, subscribe, leave your comments in the comment section as I've mentioned before. We'll see you in the next one.